When these systems begin to fail, walking while talking is one of the first activities to become challenging. He considered Gerald, a 76-year-old retired accountant, regularly walked with his neighborhood friend. Over time, he noticed that his peers would either slow to a near stop when making a point in conversation or would walk silently, only speaking when they paused. Gerald, however, could maintain the same walking pace while discussing complex topics. What he didn't realize was that this natural ability placed him in an elite category of cognitive and Here is the provided text, punctuated without changing or adding any single word, and organized into short paragraphs as requested. Have you ever wondered what separates those who age vibrantly from decline rapidly after 65? The truth might shock you. While most people age are already critical abilities, rare few maintain extraordinary capability to predict not just independence, but a significantly longer lifespan. What if I told you there are 7 specific abilities that, if you can still do them between 65 and 80, place you in an elite category of aging that doctors rarely see? In this video, I'll reveal these powerful indicators that not only prove you're aging exceptionally well, but could add an extra decade or more to your life. Let me tell you about Howard, a 78-year-old retired engineer who shocked his doctor during a routine physical. After completing several assessments, the physician looked up from his charts with genuine surprise. "Howard," he said, "according to these tests, your physical and cognitive function matches someone in their early 60s. Howard was confused. He didn't do anything special, just his normal daily routine. What he realized was that his everyday habits had preserved abilities that most of his peers already lost. These weren't just impressive party tricks. They were powerful predictors that Howard would likely live his friends by 10 to 15 years. And today, I'm going to reveal exactly what these abilities are so you where you stand. Sign 1. Stand up from a chair without using your hands. Rise from a seated position without pushing your hands. This seemingly simple action is actually a powerful proof of how long you'll live. Most people don't realize that by age 70, nearly 60% of adults can no longer perform basic movement without assistance. Research at the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy have heard that this one movement is so revealing that it's now used as a primary screening tool for longevity. Dr. Sarah Matthews, lead researcher in the study, explains, the ability to stand from a seated position without using your hands indicates exceptional lower body strength, balance, and neuromuscular coordination. 3 factors that directly predict both lifespan and independence in aging adults. Look at someone like Deborah, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. While at her monthly book club, she noticed something strange. She was the only one who could get up from the sofa without pushing off with her hands or asking for help. "I never thought anything of it," she told me. "Just assumed everyone could do this." Deborah didn't realize was that simple ability meant she had made critical muscle mass and balance her friends had lost years ago. 6 months later, her friends suffered falls to hospitalization. Deborah remained active and independent. Want to test yourself now? Try this. Sit in with your arms crossed over your chest. Now, without leaning forcibly or using your hands up. Can you do it smoothly? If yes, you possess an exceptional that puts you in a rare category of age. If you struggled with this test, you can strengthen this ability starting today with a simple practice. Perform 5 chair stands every morning before breakfast. Sit down, stand up without using your hands. Start with just 1 if that's all you can manage and gradually build up. Do this and within 3 weeks, significant improvement. Wait until you've lost this ability completely. The time to strengthen muscles is now, before they weaken. Your future independence literally depends on it. Sign 2. You can have a conversation while walking. When you walk with someone, can you maintain a coherent conversation without needing to pause, slow down, or catch your breath? If so, you possess an extraordinary ability that most of your peers have already lost. Have you noticed how some people your age need to stop walking when they start talking? That's not just a personal preference, it's a warning sign. Neurologists at the Mayo Clinic have identified what they call dual task capacity as one of the most powerful predictors of brain health and longevity. Dr. James Wilson, director of geriatric neurology, states, the ability to walk and talk simultaneously requires exceptional oxygen utilization, cerebral blood flow, and neurological integration. When these systems begin to fail, walking while talking is one of the first activities to become challenging. He considered Gerald a 76-year-old retired accountant who regularly walked with his neighborhood friends. Over time, he noticed that his peers would either slow to a near stop when making a point in conversation or would walk silently, only speaking when they paused. Gerald, however, could maintain the same walking pace while discussing complex topics. What he didn't realize was that this natural ability placed him in an elite category of cognitive and cardiovascular health. 3 years later, two of Gerald's walking companions had suffered strokes, while Gerald remained vibrant and active. His doctor explained that Gerald's ability to walk and talk simultaneously had been a clear indicator of superior brain health and circulation all along. Here's what you can do today. On your next walk, practice maintaining your normal pace while reciting a poem, singing a song, or even counting backward from 100. If you find this challenging, start with just 30 seconds of walking while speaking, then gradually increase the duration. This isn't just an exercise, it's brain training that could literally save your life. Start today, because every day you wait, these neural pathways become harder to maintain or rebuild. Sign 3. You can balance on one foot for 10 plus seconds. Can you stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without holding on to anything? This may seem trivial, but it's a powerful predictor of your mortality risk. Try it right. Set a timer and lift one foot slightly off the ground. How long can you maintain? Groundbreaking published in the Journal of Medicine tracked 1,700 and made a shocking discovery. Lead researcher Dr. Claude Suarez Dairo reports. Participants who couldn't balance one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% risk of death within the next decade compared to those who could complete this simple test. This balance test proved to be a more accurate predictor of mortality than even age, sex, or underlying health conditions. Take Alice, age 74, who regularly practiced balance exercises ever since she retired. During a family gathering, her sister Irene, also in her 70s, laughed when Alice demonstrated her ability to stand on one foot. "That's silly," Irene said. "Why would anyone need to do that at our age?" 3 months later, Irene suffered a serious fall that fractured her hip, leading to complications that affected her independence for years. Alice, meanwhile, continued living actively, traveling, and enjoying life without fear of falling. The most shocking part, this ability can be improved at any age. Here's what you should do immediately. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair for safety. Then practice balancing on one foot for just 5 seconds. Do this 3 times on each foot every day. As you improve, extend the time to 10, then 15 seconds. The best time to do this is while brushing your teeth or waiting for your coffee to brew. Simple moments where you can integrate this life-saving practice practice into your routine. Don't wait for a fall to realize how critical balance is. By the time most people recognize their balance has deteriorated, it's often after a catastrophic injury. Start building this ability today, even if you can only manage a few seconds. Your future self will thank you when you remain steady, confident, and fall free while your peers struggle with mobility. Sign 4. You remember names and recent events clearly. Can you recall the names of people you've recently met? Do you remember details from conversations you had last week without struggling? If so, you possess a cognitive ability that's quickly disappearing among your peers, and it's one of the strongest predictors of exceptional brain aging. Neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School have discovered that the ability to remember names and recent events after age 65 indicates remarkably preserved neural networks. Dr. Emily Carson explains, contrary to popular belief, significant memory decline is not normal aging. Adults who maintain strong recallability, particularly for names and recent events, show superior brain connectivity patterns that correlate directly with longevity and resistance to dementia. She adds, consider Walter, age 75, who surprised his family during a birthday gathering by remembering not only everyone's names, but also details from conversations they'd slashed MO had months earlier. His son joked, "Dad has a better memory than I do." What his family didn't realize was that Walter's exceptional memory wasn't just impressive. It was a powerful sign that his brain was aging at a much slower rate than his peers. Recent studies show that adults who maintain this type of memory function after 65 have a 47% lower risk of developing dementia and typically live 7 to 10 years longer than those with normal age-related memory decline. Here's a simple practice you can start today to strengthen this ability. When you meet someone new, repeat their name immediately in conversation and make a mental note of one distinct feature about them. Before bed each night, review the names and details of people you encountered that day. This creates stronger neural pathways for recall. If you're already experiencing some memory challenges, start with just one name per day and gradually build up. The key is consistency. This simple practice, done daily, can substantially improve your memory function within weeks. Don't accept memory decline as inevitable. The exceptional few who maintain strong recallability into their 70s and 80s aren't just lucky. They're actively preserving one of the most powerful predictors of a long, independent life. Will you join them? Start this practice today before more neural connections are lost. Sign 5. You sleep soundly and wake refreshed. Do you consistently sleep through the night and wake up feeling genuinely refreshed? If so, you possess a physiological advantage that's becoming increasingly rare after 65. And it can. What if I told you there are 7 specific abilities that, if you can still do them between 65 and 80,